What's going on, everybody? All right, this is for the AMers out there. I don't care if you're a CBer or a ham. Amplitude modulation is amplitude modulation. It does not care. So I'm going to show you guys my REA, or my Radio Engineering Associates amplitude modulation monitor, or how I just say REA monitor. Much easier to say. It's quicker. So before, this is the last piece of software I had to install on my computer. I installed the software a couple nights ago, but I've been using this for years. And then second here, before we get into the software, we'll get on and we'll talk about the hardware needed. But it'll make more sense when we go to we're jacking the computer. We're going to go to the REA website, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the hardware. But this is perfect. This is an awesome tool for anybody out there. They might not own an oscilloscope, or don't know how to operate an oscilloscope, or they don't want to shell out big money for an oscilloscope. Plus, with this, for just monitoring modulation, it looks spectacular, especially if you have a big screen. This is a 42-inch screen. When I'm sitting in front of it, it's just spectacular. And you don't get that with an oscilloscope. You get maybe like a 10-inch screen, 8-inch screen, or some even a 6-inch screen. It does not compare. Plus, there's all kinds of neat options on here on how it's viewed, the setup, the interface, the GUI. It's really, really cool. But anyhow, useful tool for those who are picky about setting everything just right. All right, so before we get into the software, let's go down and talk about the hardware. Okay. So as you're going to see in a minute when we go to the website, when you buy this, it comes with this. This is USB hardware interface. Okay, now when you buy the interface, it comes with one of these RF pickups. And in a second here, I'll explain it more. But you have to, you need to use the right pickup for what carrier level you're running. I'll explain that in a second. I took the lid off of one, so you can see the inside. Some resistors, some inductors, capacitors, nothing crazy. But all right, so let's go with my RF chain right here. For this experiment, I'm going to be coming out of my Non 7000 D-Link Mark II, obviously transmitting AM. It's going to go through my Meritron ALADB, which is off right now. It's not going to be turned on. And then coming down here, it's going to come down to this T. And that T looks something like this. It's got two SO239 connectors and drops down to a PL259. And then it screws on right there, as you can see. Right there. All right, so it comes down to this T. It goes into this RF sampler, and right now, since I'm only going to be doing this experiment 2 through 5 watt carrier, I had that. It's upside down right now. See how that box is X'd? The 1 through 10 watt carrier. Okay, so it'll be perfect for that. Okay, coming out of the RF sampler, that's a 1/8-inch tip ring sleeve jack, and obviously a tip ring sleeve 1/8-inch cable is going to come over to that input right there. Input from RF pickup. Okay, in a minute here, near the end of the video, we're going to plug in right here. That is actual demodulated audio, which we're going to send to my Bugatti boombox at the end of the video here. We'll do a little test of that. Okay, coming out here on the other side is just a cable. It goes USB cable right into the computer. Doesn't get any more simple than that. Okay, going back to the T, on the other side of the T, this would go out to your antenna, or in my case right now, a dummy load. And that's about it. All right, so let's just say I want to turn my Meritron on, and I'm doing like an 80 watt carrier. All right, then I would come down here. I'd select one of these. I would probably go with that one right there, the 10 through 100 watt carrier RF sampler. Now, I guess I could use that 50 through 500 watt sampler, but I'll probably go with this one here, my 10 through 100 watt. So like I said, that's why you need to, if you do this, you need to decide, what your carrier you're running, and then make your selection based on that. Okay, so let's go up. I don't have time. I wish I could have made the audio sound a whole lot better, but I'm extremely busy up here. I don't have time to be trying to dial stuff in, and so I apologize about that, but you're stuck with it. All right, let's jack into the computer, and we'll go to the website. All right, here we are at the website, Radio Engineering Associates website here. And like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. You can come here and read all this at your leisure, but for right now, let's just scroll through real quick. There's a quick guide. I'll tell you how it works. There's the interface box and your choice of T or pickup that comes with. Going on, has all the highlights. We'll boogie on down here. Here's that T connector I was talking about, right there. Keep going down, come down to the software download page. Yeah, go there. And here's to come to the download of software. I don't know if I mentioned this, be careful here. I don't know why they take care of this. Don't take care of it. It says not secure, so beware. I've never had any issues, but that does freak me out. I wish they would take care of that. Anyhow, here's where we come down, download the software. Okay, and then continuing on. Here's the pricing. Down here. Satisfaction guaranteed. And finally that. Okay, let's go into the actual software here. Bring it up on the screen. Okay, I'm just going to just brush over real quick some of the settings I like. Right here, you have your peak flasher settings. Right down here, you have your negative going peak flasher setting. And your over here to the right, your positive peak flasher settings. You can see I'm doing about 130%, just a tad over 130%. These are just warning lights you can set. Let's just say you have your modulation level set at, I don't know, 95. You would set this at 98. If it flashes, you know to back off if you want to keep your modulation on negative peaks at 95. Just little warning lights. And where you set these, all right here, it's all personal preference. Peak flasher settings under settings right here. You can set your positive peak flashers. You can see mine set on 130. Negative peak flasher 100. Here's the hang time on the flashers. So after done flashing, it's the hang time on the flasher. All personal preference. And then one thing I really like here, bring that back up, is the minimize when no carrier is present. So if you notice, you come in here, you would check this. So you say you're receiving right now, it's not in the way. You can see your screen. As soon as you key up, it pops up on the screen. When you unkey, it's going to go away. And then hang time from when you unkey and it goes away is settings. Set minimization wait time. Demonstrate. We'll go right now. It's on 200. Let's go to 1,000. Okay. You'll see it's going to hang a little bit longer when I unkey. I'm going to unkey right now. I hung there just a little bit longer. All personal preference. Okay, let me go back up on, before I forget. I'll turn it back to 200. And then going forward, I'm just going to leave this up. Okay, then going on to view, we can check what, change what you see on the screen. So let's say I don't want to see these bar graphs down here. Just uncheck it. And they go away. Turn them back on. Say I don't want to see these, the analog meters. View. I'm going to uncheck that. And they go away. Pretty cool. All right, I won't go through everything. Okay, let's go into Thetis and show you where I set my modulation percentage. It's under setup. And is the transmit tab. We're already on that. And right here, the carrier level. Okay, you're going to look for two things right here. Up in the upper right-hand corner, when I key up, you're going to see my carrier. Right now, it's about 3 watts and might tickle 4. All right, and then peak output power, you'll see is between 12 and 15 watts. 12, 13, 14, 15 watts. Okay, so those two things, remember that. Okay, so when I key up here, you're going to see this 3 to 4 watt carrier. Okay, now watch. As I toggle this down, when I start dropping this down, you can see that carrier level drop. And another thing you're going to notice, it's going to maintain the peak output power. So one thing we're going to do in here, we're going to drop this carrier level while keeping the peak output power the same. Okay, here we go. Watch as I toggle this down. It's going to drop. I'll take it down. I'm going to exaggerate this. I'll take it all the way down to 2 watts. Here we go. Okay, now we're down to 2 watt carrier. And like I said, now it's still maintaining the peak output power. Still seeing it at 12, 13, 14 watts. Okay, but let's look at what that does to the modulation percentage. This is where this comes in real handy. Now this is really exaggerated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see I'm almost approaching 200% positive peaks, which is outrageous. I've never run it like this. Let's go into the settings and see if it flashes when I set it to 180 at least. Okay, peak flasher settings. Let's go up to the positive peak flasher. Let's turn to 180. Okay, see if it flashes up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, it's hitting 180 positive peaks. Pretty outrageous. Another thing too, Thetis does a good job of not letting you pinch the carrier too much. It will pinch it, but it does a pretty good job. Right now my audio would be really, really distorted over the air. Okay, let's turn this back. Let's go the opposite way. Let's undermodulate this. Okay, once again, I'm going to key up. I'm going to bring this carrier level up. Keep in mind, the peak output power never changes when you adjust this, only the carrier. So watch the carrier level. I'm going to bring it way up to be undermodulated. So watch that 2-watt carrier rise. Here we go. Okay, now we're up to a 5-watt carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Still maintaining the same peak output power, but watch this. Go into the modulation monitor. We're going to be undermodulated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Undermodulated. So the key is you come in here. You can adjust this right here. Now let's bring this down to 117. So where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right about there. Pretty symmetrical. Still a little undermodulated on the negatives. So I could adjust this a little bit more. Bring it down. Then 110. We're just goofing around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, starting to tap up here a little bit further now with the 98. And I am getting some asymmetry in there. Actually, it's pretty much where you want to be. Your audio is guaranteed to sound nice and crystal clean right there. All right, let's go back in here. Let's go back to where I was, 99. And then we're going to do recording and playback. And then we'll jump back to the cell phone view. And check out that demodulated audio output on that interface box. Okay, it's back right where I was. Do this. We're going to come in here. Let's key up and hit record, do recording. Here we go. This is an audio test. This is going to be a 8KC playback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be the 8KC playback. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're checking out the modulated output on the interface box. The REA. Yeah, like I said, REA interface box. All right, stopping recording. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play that back real quick. This is an audio test. This is going to be a 8KC playback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be the 8KC playback. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're checking out the modulated output on the interface box. The REA. Yeah, like I said, REA interface box. All right, stopping recording. Okay, let's go to the cell phone view and wrap this video up, and I'll get my Bugami boombox. Yeah, the Bugani boombox hooked into that demodulated output on the interface. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Back at this interface box. The only thing I did was I plugged the 1/8-inch cable into that audio output. It's going to go up to my Bugani boombox. All right, we're going to play that back, what you just heard. Come back over here. Right now, my microphone is unplugged because when I first put this radio in transmit, it'll feed back until I hit click play. Since I only have one hand here, I'm going to put the radio in transmit. Okay. I'm going to push play. Here we go. Here's an audio test. This is going to be a 8KC playback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be the 8KC playback. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're checking out the modulated output on the interface box. The REA. Yeah, like I said, REA interface box. All right, stopping recording. Okay, let me stop this. All right, so there you go. That was the REA, Radio Engineering Associates amplitude modulation monitor. A very, very useful tool, and relatively, compared to a price of a standalone oscilloscope, and then you got, if you don't know how to use an oscilloscope, you can learn how to use it. But this is a great option for guys who want to do this, or picky about their modulation percentages. All right, I'm going to get out of here. KP68, I'm free and clear.